what can one say about Afghanistan that hasn't already been said? I think it's a land that's talked about ad nauseum, especially by news channels, and anytime anyone wants to make themselves sound intelligent and in the know, they always bring up Afghanistan, lately particularly. I grew up there in the late 70s, early 80s. Oops, I just gave away my age. But for me it was pretty idyllic. The Russians were coming in. My dad was principal of the India International School in Kabul. And we had Spanish, German, Italian, American and Afghan and some Indian friends. And what I remember, and Pia's book very much, Pia's book and as well as Kite Runner, these are the two books that brought Afghanistan back to me. It's like a saucer. Kabul is like a saucer. And the end of every street ends in a hill or a mountain. And at that point there was little encampments of initially Afghan so-called rebel soldiers, and then there was the Russians, and then there was the Taliban, Mujahideen, and then the Taliban, and then the Americans, and so on and so forth. But what I remember the most about Afghanistan, I think, is the simple nature of the people, which is very surprising to, I mean, I'm not sure Indians are that surprised, but at least the Western world is very surprised by this one aspect. So there is this huge town center. I don't know if it's still there, Churai Turabas Khan. So is it still there? Churai Turabas Khan? Churaha Turabas Khan. Is that still a big intersection? Yes, it is, yeah. Okay, so Churaha is 4 roads, Churaha Turabas Khan. Big, huge crossing downtown Kabul, and there was this like this thing on which cops stand. So it was like the cop was doing the whole traffic thing, and suddenly he just jumped off his thing and ran to greet a friend who was in a car. And he then which basically means how are you, how's things, how are the kids, how's the family, while everyone was waiting. The whole traffic was just waiting till he finished his greetings, asked about the family, aunts, uncles, what was cooked for dinner, and then so it's a different kind of an experience to encounter Pashtuns, the hardcore people from Afghanistan, and they're just quite fabulous, and they'll remember you. They will remember the smallest kindness, and I think which is why also it's been a land which has been manipulated by so many nations with passion. You can easily lead them one way or the other. So that's my idea about Afghanistan, and that's what I remember. And of course, you'd sleep one evening thinking, oh, it's just a regular evening. I'm going off to sleep. Wake up in the morning, and in the morning there'll be like 6 feet of snow. You just see your whole window covered with snow. And my parents were part of the diplomatic service in a sense, so they would go off to do their embassy parties and whatever, and I was a bratish child. I wouldn't sleep. I know I'm going to get into trouble for this, but I can't help sharing this. This is a bit of inane stuff. So my maids couldn't get me to sleep or eat, so there was snuff, which is basically naswar. So they would rub it on my teeth, and then I would jump up on the table and dance and sing and perform for them, and I think that's where my initial acting started. So, not very healthy. My parents found out and they were quite displeased, to say the least. But that's what Afghanistan's like. It's an adventure at every turn, and beautiful beyond words. There's the Bamiyan, where I had the good fortune to see the Buddhas and to climb on the Buddha's head and see the Bamiyan lakes, which is the perspective of the Buddha. Basically, the idea was that you climb on top of the Buddha's head and you can see what the world looks like from the Buddha's perspective. Kandahar, Jalalabad, Mazar-e-Sharif, all outstandingly beautiful places. And Pia's book has done absolute justice, and bits and pieces, I was smiling to myself and saying, yeah, I remember that, yeah, that's so beautiful. And it's a fantastically written book, and very modern, a very interestingly set love story, and something that you want to finish at one go. So here's to Pia.
Thank you very much, Tisca. I think you couldn't have worded it beautifully. You almost gave everyone such a visual sense of your experience. Thank you so very much. Well, I now move on to Pia. Pia, if you could